Hello, hello, everybody. Good evening. Bonsoir. I'm
Hello.
very glad to be here today with my guest. We have Mr. Joel Boweya. So I'm so glad that he was really kind enough and blessed. He's a very busy man, but I thank you so much for agree for being here. How are you tonight?
I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Hello, everybody from Facebook, YouTube community. We are so glad today.
Mhm.
Welcome again to Empowering You TV with my guest today, Mr. Joel Bowe. We are really glad because he's somebody that definitely he's a busy guy and who has a many hats. He's a father, he's a family man, and a business mentor. So many things that we're going to talk about today. It really I want you guys to really take a note and pen and pencil because this is going to help you. And today we are glad that he really allow us to ask him some couple questions about how you can be able to stand out in your business. So guys, really take note because I remember we talked together like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. He just gave me a few nuggets, and I've been really implying that it really helped me a lot so far. So I really want you guys to take note because he's really a mentor and really we are blessed to have him in the community.
Thank you.
Yes. So, Mr. Joel, we're gonna start with those few words for you, and you tell us what you think. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Um, we're gonna start with technology.
It's a means to achieve greatness.
Okay. And then our second one will be result.
It's the goal that I think it's really the end. It's what you get after doing something or doing nothing. You get some
Mm,
result, positive
yes.
or negative, but it'll be a result
Mhm.
of
Yes.
your actions or inactions.
Mm. I like that. Another word would be implementation.
It's the way you take an idea and bring it to action, implementation. It's something that needs to be done on a regular basis. Otherwise, um, I can, sorry to say it, but you'll be dead. You'll be no longer relevant. So you need to look at what's going around and implementation. It's really, to me, when I hear implementation, it means action. Do something, act.
Mm. Another word for you would be consistency.
It's another way for that would be for me focus, being focused, knowing where you're going and remaining, staying the course, like I like to say it, staying the course of you toward your target.
Again,
Mhm.
result.
Result, it's what happens if you do something or not.
Wow,
Mhm.
thank you so much. So
You're
it's
welcome.
really a tradition for us. Every speaker we ask, and then there's no right or wrong answer, but we always like to see, because different people brings a
Mhm.
different perspective. So
Right.
please, Mr. Joel, tell us who is Mr. Joel. And today we're really talking about technology and how you can be able to master technology. And to me, really, the reason why I really think that you are the right person to answer all these questions is because technology to me, like in the beginning when I started my business, I was so overwhelmed. I was like, okay, where should I start? Every single day you wake up, there's a new app, there's a new thing. I was like, oh my God. But when I first started, really started listening to your video, I was like, I'm glad we have somebody who can be able to really coach us. And we say, hey, and I really like how you're very patient with people because I am not like that. I was like, he's really a mentor. He needs to come
Uh,
and really tell us your journey. How did you start? Or how did you just, focusing on technology? I mean, yeah.
mm, I mean, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey through personal life, also professional life, where when I came to Canada, it was 24 years ago. And when I came here, I'll tell you the truth, I did not know much about computers. Okay. And one of the people that I met when I came, it was a friend, and I knew the his wife sister from back home, so he introduced me. I mean, the first advice that he gave me, say, you getting in this country, there are two things that you need to learn: English and learn how to use a computer. He said,
Mm.
don't rush to go and work just to make money. Learn those two things
Mm-hmm.
because you have French. We are a bilingual country. Canada is a
Yeah.
bilingual country, French and
Mm-hmm.
English. It says
Mm-hmm.
if you can express yourself in English, if people can understand you in English, and if you know how to use a computer, you'll be set. That's how 24 years ago I focused on that. The first time I touched a computer back then, we used to have like some evening classes where we can go
Mm-hmm.
and learn computers.
Right.
I was typing maybe like 2 or 3 words a minute.
Right.
Then the more practice I got into the thing, and I started loving it. So I arrived in Toronto. It was February 1997,
Mm-hmm.
and couple 1 or 2 months after, I started taking my English classes, the
Yeah.
ESL. During
Mm-hmm.
the day, I went to one school, I had ESL, and then I found another school where I could attend at evenings, and that school combined English and learning how to use the computer. So
Wow.
my days were busy going from one school during the day, from it was, I believe, 9 till 3, so 2 or 3 p.m. Then go
Mm-hmm.
home, rest a little bit, and then 3 times a week after 7, I'll go for an hour to the other school to learn how to use a computer. And because of that, I was able to go to enroll myself in a program with the YMCA where they were training you to land a job.
Yes.
So remember, I landed February 1997, and I took that program for, it was 3 months program where I learned
Mm-hmm.
Word, Excel,
Yes.
PowerPoint, all these things,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
it landed me a job in August.
Wow.
It landed me a job in August in one office. It was in the office. So imagine a newcomer in the country. You arrive in a country and you land a job in an office where everybody was telling you, oh, you know what, just go to the manufacturing jobs, and
Yeah.
or do cleanings and things like that. That's where it opened my perspective.
Mm.
That's when I realized the power of technology, and also knowing that, as a matter of fact, that job really got it also because of my French. And I always remember, the lady who was my manager, she didn't say anything. I had a strong accent. I still have an
Mm-hmm.
accent to
Yeah.
now, but she didn't say much until 1 or 2 years later. One customer called, and the customer complained. You say, "Oh, I don't like the accent of this guy. I don't want to talk to him. Please put me through somebody else." And my manager took the phone. She was Irish, and she starts speaking Irish. Of course, the other person could not understand Irish.
Of course. Yeah.
And she's like, if you cannot understand him, if you cannot understand me, then it's not Joel was the problem, but it's you was the
It's
problem.
you.
And then the lady hung up, and then that was it. And then she came to me, she said, no, don't worry. I love the way you work. I love your professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
So, by the way, your accent is improved. You improved your English. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I was given a chance where, other places would have just dismissed me.
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And you know what? I'm glad that you talked about this powerful story because it really also your mindset, the way you really, I mean, after talking to your friend,
Mhm,
the couple you just mentioned, like that really switch in your mind because just like you said, many of us who come in this country, we just, oh yeah, you first of all you didn't know the environment and everything, but your mindset. You
mhm,
work on your mind. So that's very, very hard. Even also to me, I think even to be able to learn the tech side, you also have to switch your mind. I think
mhm,
I was telling you, like, jokingly, I said,
mhm.
Papa Joey, I really want me and Canva to be friends. And you told me, Jeanine, just be patient with yourself. You have to practice. So it's really my mindset. I just have to
Yes,
really work on my mindset.
exact, exact. I mean, and that's where I came to love technology, understanding how powerful it was, opening doors for you and giving you the abilities to do things and things that I did not imagine back home. You see, and with that, with my little English that I had back then, but because I already have like a different mindset, like you said, I've, you know, I mean, I believe it was like 3 years in the job.
Mm-hmm.
I build um, a process guide for any
That's
new
good.
employee.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I
I
built
like
that.
that. Mm-hmm.
So I just took screenshot and put a little text and say, okay, so those are the main tasks that we do on a daily basis. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what you need to remember. And this is what the screen look like. And this is the field. Those are the field that you need to pay attention to. And I built that like like it was a for me it was okay, making it easier for anyone to come and learn the job because I pretty much have to learn by myself. But I didn't want anybody else to come after me to go through the same hurdles that I had to go through.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that anybody who comes, they can start right away being comfortable doing the job within maximum a week. And
That's good that you mentioned that,
mhm.
Mr. Joel. Do you think you will always have that mindset even back home, like whenever you wanted to learn a new skill, or you just had to really switch your mind once you got here?
So back home, it's I may share some stories. Back home,
Yes.
it was
Mm-hmm.
even I was usually the guy who go and find solutions. Friends will rely on me and say, okay, we have a problem, we have this problem, we need to organize this party, but we're not sure where we can get equipment, where we can get
Mm-hmm.
chairs, things like that. I was the guy who will reach out to other people, family and friends, whoever, and say, hey, we borrow this and things like that. So I've been into that position where people used to rely on me to get
Mm-hmm.
help,
Mm-hmm.
to find solution to certain situations, certain problems. And can I say that I used to be kind of resourceful, and
Mm-hmm.
always trying to say, okay, how can I do things? How can I make sure that it happens? That's how I used to be, and not afraid, not the but back home I wasn't the tech guy. I was more into the music, listening to music, recording,
Mm-hmm.
making tapes, and learning. As soon as something new was coming in that area, you
Yeah.
know, I was, you know, I can. I was coming from a family where we can have access to certain equipment, certain gear,
Mm-hmm.
certain stereos,
Yes.
hi-fi equipment that I learn, and that's how I was. And bringing that here, it's really the mindset of understanding how technology can help you, how technology can help people, how can you make a use of anything, especially technology,
Mm-hmm.
to convey a message, to transform, to change things, to be different.
Absolutely. So, really, around that note, I want you to really talk about how technology really helps you to evolve on your on your everyday life, but also as an entrepreneur, how really technology really evolved. I know you gave us some few example already, but
Mhm.
yeah, if you can really expand into that.
So okay, technology really, and I can also share something. You kind of pulling things out of me tonight,
Yeah.
which is
Oh
good.
yeah. Yes.
So 1997, it was, use understanding how to use a computer and all that. After 5 years, I was proficient in Excel, Word, PowerPoint a little bit, Access a little bit. Then I moved to another job after that. And my first job, I spent 5 years, and then another job where it was even more useful. And but back then, it was more just doing a job until basically, when was that? 2012.
Mm-hmm.
2012, when I started working for an IT company, an IT manufacturer.
Yeah.
That's where my mind kind of blew, because I was blown away looking at what beyond the technology. You look at a computer, I didn't understand what was inside the computer. I didn't understand the memory. I didn't understand the connectivities. All of that, I did not. All I knew was turn it on, create files, send emails, things like that. But I did not know how it was built. It's only then, working with for that manufacturer, that I learned a lot about the inside out of the technology. And with that, you know, getting into the sales, IT sales, you can then you start learning more about those technologies. You start learning more about certain things. Then you start understanding why certain equipment, they cost more, because they come with a certain quality. And we heard all kind of stories from customers that say, oh, you know what, I don't like this company, and whatever, because their equipment, it works fine for, let's say, a year, and then it start breaking down. And when it breaks down, you don't have support. And when you try to call, all the stories kind of reinforces, it kind of push me to learn more and understand more, and understanding how to apply those technologies, not only for enterprise, for small and medium business as well, because that was 2012. But mind you, that I started my company in 2001, February 2001. So as I started a company, it was video productions, audio video productions, but more using those technologies as a consumer. But now, 2012, understanding the impact and how you can even leverage certain tools better than what you used to do, it was a turning point in my life when I realized, okay, I need to understand much more than what I'm doing right now.
Wow.
And because also the competition, you see, yes, it was a small market. Yes, I was aiming for the community, the Congolese community, and all that. But how do you position now to go out of your community?
Right.
So those were the challenges, and understanding how technology can play, and then doing all these researches and making sure that you don't just go in a store and pick up a camera because the sales guy is telling you, oh, this is great. No, before going to any store, I will do my research. I will spend hours time to compare. And I still do it today. Even if I have to buy a TV, trust me, I don't just go to the store and say, tell me which one is the best. No,
Mhm.
it's tell
Yeah.
me. I need to research and say, why should I go with this TV? Why should I go with this model? Why should I go with this? What will I get? And how long this technology will be around?
And that's very good that you mentioned that. So around technology, how do you keep up? Because every day when we wake up, we have a new app every day, or we have a new software. So how do you maintain? Because I know that could be, you can have a lot of pressure on that. So how do you keep up with that?
S- Basically, today it's much easier. Okay.
Mm,
Today,
okay.
in 2021, it's much, much easier because all you have to do, go on YouTube and you'll see hundreds, if not thousands of people who have bought and tested whatever equipment you would like to have.
Oh, so you always go and see the review first, right?
I check the reviews. I check the
Okay.
reviews. And because of the way now the internet works,
Hmm.
the
Yes.
algorithms realize as soon as they see you
Yeah.
always opening certain files, looking at certain things,
Right.
now they start sending you other brands that
Yes.
you have never heard of. Then as soon as I see something like that, what I do, I go Google or YouTube, mostly YouTube because you can see reviews. And chances are, even if it's a brand new app or brand new technology,
Right.
there's probably someone, maybe a handful of people that have bought that app and tested and tried it. So right there, you can tell what challenges they have.
Hmm.
You
Yes.
can tell, is it something for me? Is it something that I can spend my time understanding? So by doing that, you also build your knowledge, the knowledge base, because you will come to understand first what you need for yourself,
Hmm.
what you need for your business, what you need for your everyday task that you perform.
Right.
Then it doesn't matter that uh, the internet suggests you something, Facebook, Google,
Hmm.
whoever suggests you something,
Right.
you can quickly go check and see if it applies to what you're doing. If it
So
does,
I'm glad you said that
mhm.
because now can you tell us more about those equipment that you usually use like every day? So there are certain equipment that you use every day, or there are also certain equipment you use for special occasion, or if you have a teaching or a seminar, or do you actually put aside some equipment where you just use that every day?
Now it depends on what you asking me to do. So, for example, when I do my live shows, live productions,
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, like right now, I'm using an old phone, an old iPhone as my
Okay.
camera.
Okay.
It's a iPhone 6S for those who are interested.
Yes.
And I set it up at 4K resolution,
Mm-hmm.
but then and I'm using an app to convert it to as a camera and then connect to my computer. So that way, whenever am invited on a show like this, or
Yeah.
whenever I'm doing my show, all I do
Mm-hmm.
is turn it on and make sure that I choose that as a camera.
You choose that because of like the quality, or you just choose that because that will come handy for you.
The quality and also cost.
Okay.
So
Cost effect. Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I'm looking at it, and that's where when I talk to people and people tell me, oh, I cannot do this video, I cannot do videos because I don't have I need to have a nice camera and it's really expensive. Those kind of excuses. When I hear that, I'm like, guys,
Yes.
I'm using an iPhone 6S, which it was launched in the market in 2016. So right now it's like 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
2016, I don't know. So you can probably
Yeah.
check,
Yeah.
but it's old already. It's old phone, but you guys look at it, judge, and tell me how is the quality. If I did not tell you that it was an iPhone, would you
Mm-hmm.
would you know?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Exactly. So
I won't.
that's what I do. And then of course, because Before getting into the video things, as I say back in February 2001,
Mm-hmm.
my main focus when I created a company, it was really producing music and producing concert, things like that. And from that, I kind of developed, and I did lean a lot on the audio side. I spent a lot of years, many years, just building the skills of setting up a sound system. I can set up live production,
Mm-hmm.
um, sound for concert.
Yes.
I can connect it, everything by myself. Mics, keyboard,
Wow.
instrument, all this. I can do that. Okay.
Now, did you have to read some books? You have to do some research to know all of that? It took you some time, right?
Yes, a lot of reading, and then again, it was really a blessing because I was part of a church, and that
Yes.
church used to, it was renting the space.
Mm-hmm.
So that means what? That means that you need to set up the PA system, the professional audio reinforcement system, like the mixer and all the connection. You set it up, and then after that, we have to remove it and store it aside. So getting into that thing, it was really a way to learn, and I learned, and it really helped me to learn and establish myself as a, and as back then I was like a reference,
But yeah, you are the guru, the expert to me, according to, because definitely we just talking for couple and you say, Jeanine, do this, do I was like, oh my God. So tell me, from your experience, Mr. Joe, um, do you think that anybody can learn technology? And number two, do you like how did you develop the skills to be patient with people? Did you ever have any difficult clients?
Oh yes, oh yes,
Really?
I'm telling you, people, human beings are so unique.
Yes.
So you cannot meet the same type of people every
Mm-hmm.
day. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, it's impossible. Every day you meet new type, new kind of people, new attitude, new behavior, brand new every day. When you think that you have seen all, wait,
You haven't.
you haven't. Wait, because you'll meet somebody who will just test all the patience that you may have.
Yeah.
They will
Mm-hmm.
test it. How did I develop that? It for those of for the people who are probably watching this or will probably watch it later.
Mm-hmm.
If you go on my LinkedIn, I even have I put something. I love to see other people succeed. That is something that really drives me. I love to see people succeed. And if I see that someone has a potential, I see that this person can go to the next level, I'll try. I'll do all I can to help them. And when I was thinking about what we're going to talk about tonight, I realized, okay, I don't like that word coach. I tell you, you are a coach, but I don't like it too much, especially now the way it's used and sometimes misused. But a coach is really a person who's not transforming people, but is somebody who sees the strength within a person and is willing to work with them, make it grow, make it bigger. So any coach, a real coach, even a mentor, is not a person who just going to give up because the mentee or the coachee is not responsive. They'll keep on, keep on
You need
sowing.
to repeat that again. Can you guys listening? This is a good nugget. Seriously.
So,
Oh my goodness. Yes.
you need to keep on sowing, repeating, sowing, repeating. Why? Because the more you do it, the more you build a person. the more the person becomes confident. And because beyond all of that, either you have the passion or you don't.
Mhm.
The passion to see others succeed.
Mhm.
Like
Yes.
I usually tell people, I say, I'm doing what I'm doing, on my shows, but I would not be upset if somebody just started today and has 1,000 subscriber or 10,000 subscriber. I will not be upset. Because what? Because they're probably doing something different. They probably after a niche. They're probably after a type of people that I don't know, and I'm not. I may not be interested to go after those people. So why should I consider even comparing myself to them?
Yeah.
No, I'll stay like some people say. I'll stay within my lane,
Hmm.
and I'll keep on going. I have a direction. I have a target to reach.
Right.
But the how do I how did I do that? The patience, it's really coming from that passion to see others succeed, and
Well.
then understanding that, you know especially when you have children, when you see how children they grow, and you teach them how to walk, you help them, and then you teach them how to write, you teach them how to read. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes
Yes.
time. So when I meet my customers, some of them they'll be quick. I know they'll learn fast, and tomorrow they'll be on their own. They forget about me. Some will need time. They'll need extra time. They'll need extra attention. Yes. At the same time, I don't want to just waste my time.
Hmm.
So I have a way to make sure that they understand
Right.
this is just an advice. But if you want more, then
Yes.
we need to set up some time and
Hmm.
develop, and then I can build strategies. We can do things, but we need to agree on how we're going to continue. But
Yes.
from the beginning, it's the passion, understanding that those people need somebody to help them.
Well.
And
Yeah.
because if I help you and you like the way I helped you, you'll refer me to your friends.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Hmm.
So if I win you as a customer, I
Yes.
know you'll bring me more customers. So,
Hmm.
and that's why I need to be my best. I'm not the top, but the little that I know,
No, you are the guru.
the
Yes,
little that I
you are.
know, I'll
Yes,
make
guys,
sure.
he's just being humble, but he's really the guru.
Thank you.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
the little that I know, I'll make sure that I will share with you all my knowledge, all that I know.
Yes.
Why? Because you are my customer, or you are part of my group, you're part of my team. I like to make sure that you know all I know. Why? Because if you shine and you remember that I was the one who helped you, you'll probably say, oh, I know a guy who can probably help. You'll refer me to somebody else, and
Yes.
that's a repeat business. It's a
I'm
repeat
really,
business.
really glad that you're talking about this, guys. If you're taking note, please stay tuned because Mr. Joe gonna give us all his details so you can be able to reach him directly. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just come through me, and I will be glad to refer you because he's the person who can be able to help you in your business, even though you just started. Because guys, I'm telling you, he's very, very patient, and to me. I was just, relying on him like 2 weeks ago. I was telling him, I said, me and Kamba, we need to be friends. And he said, Jeanine, yes, I know that. And he gave me some very good details. So I'm just telling you, stay tuned because he's going to give us, almost before we wrap up. This is definitely something that those very good important nuggets,
Mhm.
when whatever you are in your business, make sure that you contact Mr. Joe and really ask a question, guys, because that's why we are here to empower you with tools and strategy. That's the vision why we are here to empower you. So definitely, Mr. Joe, can you also tell us what can you recommend, three things that startup business folks just started and they still overwhelmed with technology, what would you say to them?
So they're starting business and they're overwhelmed with technology.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's really a tough one because unless your business requires you to use technology, you have no choice. You need to master that technology. Why I'm saying this? So let's say you're in a cleaning business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're in a cleaning business. The old tools that people used to have to do their business, they probably no longer work, and they need to upgrade to the newer technology. Why? Because the newer technology allows you probably to do it faster and better. So imagine the time that you can save. It's all about the cost. Okay. Depending on the business, look at the technology that you're using and consider that if you don't learn how to use it to the max to exploit the potential, the full potential of that technology, you will be spending a lot of time performing your task. So consider technology as your ally, as your friend, as your partner, as the means to achieve more with less time and maybe sometime less cheaper. Not cheap in a way, but with a low cost. Okay, not cheap, but low cost. At a low cost, achieve a lot. That's how sometimes technology can be. So if you launch yourself in any technology, and I'll probably share something in a couple of minutes, you need to understand what is the technologies available to me in my line of business that can help me achieve more and at a low cost. That's what you need to think about. And sometimes the cost can be associated with outsourcing certain tasks. So if it's going to cost me, like I was sharing this morning on the the show that I did this morning, talking about digital trend, if it's going to cost you more to hire somebody to read a text for you, guess what? Today there are some technologies that text to speech technologies using artificial intelligence that can help you achieve that at a lower cost. And imagine faster. All right. So all you do, you have a subscription, you pay $39 a month, and you can have those uh, AI, artificial intelligence servers doing speeding jobs, speeding text, speeding whatever you want for you at a faster time. Then hiring somebody, outsourcing that, and waiting for them. And God forbid if they have a family emergency, your project may be delayed. Right now, you can use that technology and perform your task right faster and at a low cost. Imagine, we are living in a time where time is the essence. And if you're going to take time to perform a task, chances are, unless they really know you personally, they're friends or something like that, but chances are they will not refer you. Why? Because they say, Joel takes too long. Just to perform a basic thing, it will take him 4 days or 24 hours. People will just get tired. So you starting, I'll repeat myself, as a new business, you're starting, learn which technology can help you perform your task faster and at a low cost. That's what should matter. And as a business person, because you are getting there to make money, how to make money is by saving. If you don't save, if all the money you're going to make, if all the savings that you have in your
Yes.
bank account, you're going to pour
Mm-hmm.
that in a business, I'll tell you, you're making a big, big mistake.
I hope you're paying
It's a huge
attention,
risk.
guys. Yes.
It's a huge risk.
Yes.
Why? Because I've been there. I've been there where I just, say, oh, I need this big piece of equipment. Let me get it, no matter what it costs. And, you get to a point where because it's taking you more or you're not generating enough money,
Right.
then you don't know how to pay for that. You don't know how
I'm
to pay the
glad
lease.
I'm glad you're talking about that because those are the mistakes that we don't want people to really make them because we just like you said, we just been transparent here. We all had them. Like we were there, oh, I think I need this. Well, after 6 months, you haven't even touched it.
Hmm.
That really shows you that you need to do the inventory. You haven't even touched it. So again, that goes back to technology courses, different things that we do. So I'm glad that you really talked about this. We are running out of time, but now really out of conversation and subject. Oh my goodness, Mr. Joe, you have to come back because we haven't even touched what we wanted to continue. But definitely thank you for this very good nugget. But
You're
please,
welcome.
before you go, can you tell us how people can be able to fund you so they can come and start really working with you and ask you those questions about technology, about the business, and how to be able to stand out?
So it's easy. My number is public. I have a YouTube channel. So if you search Joel Amen TV, Joel space Amen TV, then you'll find me. But if you want a URL, it's simply youtube.com/, Amen Productions Canada. So that's the URL. You type it, you'll land on my YouTube channel. It's the same thing for my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/, Amen Productions Canada. You land on my YouTube, my Facebook page. My number, it's easy. It's 647-237 Amen. Amen. It's 2636. Simple. So those are the easiest way to get a hold of me and to expand on that and to expand on those questions that people may have. And what I like to do, and because as I said, it's really my passion to see other people succeed. I give anyone like half an hour free just to listen to them to understand what they're trying to achieve. Because I can talk about many different things. Right? We can
Hmm.
talk about the business, we can talk about technologies, but if I just start without understanding your problems, your needs, I'll lose you. I'll lose you
Right.
because you'll
That's
feel like
true.
I didn't understand your needs, and then you'll be like,
Yes.
nah, it's too much. No, I need to make it simple to your level, to your understanding. I need to sell you on the value of doing things the way I think you should be doing them for your business. That's why I need to spend time and within those half hour to understand what are you trying to do? What is your long-term goal? What is your mid-term? What is your short-term goal? As soon as I understand it, okay, so are you planning to do it? All right. So,
Hmm.
okay, do you have an idea? Yes, you tell me about it. Then you start understanding the idea. And if they don't have an idea, that's where the consulting services come. And say, okay, let's dig a little bit more in your business. And thank God I have people like yourself and other people in various groups that they have some skills that I may not have, but they can help your business. They can help you succeed in the area that you like to go into. So I can bring those people and say, hey, you know what, Janine, that is probably beyond my level, and it's probably an area that I'm not really strong in it, but I know someone who can help you.
Hmm.
I can
Yes.
refer you. So that's how we can do it. And we believe that approach, the consulting approach, it's critical. And I recommend it to
Mm.
anyone uh, selling services. First, understand the needs of your customer.
Yes. That's very key.
Mhm.
And we're gonna end with this, but thank you again, Mr. Joe. That was amazing. Like I
You're
said,
welcome.
guy, I promise you, this is just the intro. He's gonna come back again because I know he's a very busy man, but we're gonna make sure that he comes back again. And but please follow him on all his social media he just gave us. And if you just don't remember how to follow him, just inbox me or ask me. I will be more than glad to share his link because I know that his services all of us we need. And so to me, that's why, the minute I really knew what he's does, oh no, I'm gonna start really relying on him because he's definitely somebody that's, all of us we have questions, so thank you so much again, Mr. Joe.
Tell me, did I miss any question or
No, you did not. You
okay?
definitely asked. You definitely did. You answered all our questions. But we just promised our viewers you're gonna come back because we have more stuff to talk about. Absolutely.
No,
Yes.
it'll be my pleasure to come on your show and share the knowledge that I have, talk about things that people would like to know, and it'll be my
Yes.
pleasure.
Absolutely. And also maybe another time you can be able to do a demonstration, like like a small demo so we can all see because like I said, because I told him like 2 weeks ago, I said, I need to be friend with Cam, like me and Kevin, we have to be like this. And he just told me, which he mentioned today, Jeanine, you need to be patient with yourself. So we have to really practice that.
Mhm.
So, like I said, he's a very good mentor, for many stuff that definitely we are blessed to have him in the community. So, thank you again,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Joe. And see you guys. And if you have any question, don't forget, inbox me or even you can even follow up with him. That would be good because this platform, it's really a platform where we connect to be able to give people tools and strategy. Okay. Thank you again for
All right.
listening to us today. And we see you again next time. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye.
See you guys.